felt for you. Oh, I regret for losing the one who loved me, for who I can't go back to. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. But I don't close the door, waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you. You make me feel amazing when I'm next to you. You make me feel so crazy, my heart breaks for you. Can't help but know that I'm still in love with you. You make me feel so. When there's no hope, loving for you who saw me before I knew who I'd be. What I have around me means nothing to me if I can't share it with you. Walking through all the dust, memories and frame, a past we simply let fade. But I don't close the door, waiting a chance for when we'll be back again. You make me feel so crazy, still in love with you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Red Lipstick Reality TV. We're live. I had to go live today. I have not seen anybody and been able to chat with you guys yet, and I have yet to watch the second half of the wedding special. Listen, life is lifing for me. But welcome you guys. I can't wait to jump into the comments and chat with you guys. And of course we had to go live because if you have been following our sister wives online like I have, you saw somebody pop out with a new man's, and he's pretty handsome, you guys. So I'm like, okay, Meri, let me shout y'all out, see who's in here. Lexa, I miss seeing you, girl. Welcome back. I just got so happy, Meri, excited. We're going live. Yes. Okay. Don't be mad, guys. I did not see the second half yet. We can talk about everything else, but I'm hopefully planning on watching that later tonight. I'm going through a crazy transition with my job. It's so much happening right now, so your girl had to hit pause. Hey, Kayla, welcome. Who else is in here? Forms of grace. Meri, get your okay. Period. Get your groove on, Meri. Exactly. Hi, Katie. Welcome. Y'all, let me see. So glad there was a Sister Wives live today. I've been so busy on. Man, there's so much going on. I have had so much going on myself, and yeah, it's a lot to keep up. This season, you guys, is so long. You know, like normally we have the normal episodes. You get maybe 1 to 3 tell-alls, right? And that's it. But this has been long season, 4 tell-alls, 2 look backs, 2 watch backs, and a 2-episode wedding special. That's a lot of episodes. So there really hasn't been any break in between. So I'm hoping just to get this wedding episode done and then have like just a kind of couple weeks to, I want to be able to go back through this season and make some video content that's just talking about really specific things that like stood out for me, because we all like to have conversations about it, and we haven't really had much time to dive deeper because there's been so many episodes that it's like all we're doing is reviewing. We don't really have time to have any kind of deep dialogue about anything because there's so many episodes. It's crazy. But then I'm going to be mad when there's no episodes. And I'm going to be like, where's Sister Wives at? So, well, we're never satisfied, right? We are never satisfied. I'm sure the wedding is going to be stunning. What's Kay saying? I think she's trying to wait until after Shane's wedding to announce the new bit. I think so. And you know what's so funny about that, you guys? Shout out to Meri for not trying to steal, number one, try to steal Christine's thunder. And then also giving herself space to have like her own like moment in the sun, right? Because it's been all about Christine. And to see Meri say, you know what? I haven't been sitting over here like twiddling my thumbs. I found me a man too. And she didn't get a bum. Like he is very handsome, number one, but he clearly loves spending time with her. So I'm really excited to hear a little bit more. And I'm wondering, number one, is he going to be on the next season of Sister Wives? And number two, this is, are they going to go ahead and just give us the spinoff? Because I'm totally okay with watching Christine and David do their marriage, Meri start dating, and Janelle like living her best life. I'm here for this. Go on. I'm gonna do a video on part 2, and I think we'll do like once I watch part 2 of the wedding, I'm gonna come back and I'll do another live where we can just do a full on Sister Wives recap of everything, the whole season, the look back, the watch backs. And I think I'm gonna just do a big like conglomeration's not the word. Just a big reel of all of my WTF moments. So that's gonna be fun to go back through and pull all of those. But I think that would be fun just to look at all the WTF moments that we had and talk about those throughout the season, because I think I had a solid 60 once it's all said and done. Kayla, I think there will be at least 2 more seasons. Yeah, I think so too, Kayla. But I'm like, I think there'll at least be one more season where we'll see Cody in it, right? But because we still haven't seen him meet David or have any of that happen. But after that, I don't need to see Cody anymore. I don't care what he has to say. I really don't. It's like I was telling everyone that had like seen my last couple videos, is watching Christine's first wedding episode. I was like, man, is this what it feels like to have like just a good show with a sprinkle of drama on it? Because that's how Sister Wives used to be, right? Like it always had a little skosh of drama because you're putting all these adults in one room. But at the end of the day, it still had like a nice, fun, positive message. So you could watch a lot of it. But it has gotten so negative the past couple seasons. It was like draining me. It was like emotionally and honestly mentally draining me. And I was like, I've only been doing YouTube for like a few months. I feel like I've been doing it for 15 years. I saw Lexa say something about somebody getting monetized. Oh, who is Angie and Tim's sisters animations? They're amazing. The channel on here is oh, you know what? I actually do subscribe to Angie and Tim, and I do watch those videos. And if they are trying to get monetized, the when you're trying to grow a YouTube channel, I'll just be quite honest with you guys, it takes a lot of energy. Like you got to be really focused. You got to pump out the content, especially when you're first getting started, so you can build your base up, because those algorithms will not pop you up if you don't have a lot of content rolling out. Once you've hit those couple thresholds, at that point you can kind of slow down a little bit if you're just more so doing this for fun. You don't have to stress out so much about it. But when you're first trying to become a monetized YouTuber, you really got to say, hey, I'm going to just buckle down for like a month and pump out some good content. And you got to pump out like 3 to 4 videos a week. That's how you got to do it. That's like literally the only way to do it. It wouldn't even matter if you collaborated with people. I'm telling you now, it'd be actually kind of pointless. You really want to pump out content for a few weeks, 3 to 4 videos a week. And that's how you can really build an audience pretty quick. Who else is in here? Hi, Betty. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, guys. So let me know how you guys feel about um Mary releasing the image of her new boo. And maybe I think I should, let me see. I think I'm going to pull up the photos of him. But yeah, it's pretty crazy, y'all. I do you guys not does she say, I don't remember her saying how long she has been with him. So let me see. Let me do a cross stream where I'm like presenting. Let's do this. There we go. Let's share the screen. Okay. There we go. Okay. So it says birthday to 53 is looking a bit different for me this year. And I might say I like how it looks. This is Amos. His name is Amos. That's an interesting name. I wonder if he's from like a polygamous background too, because that sounds like very biblical and it feels very old school Utah. I'm curious. Um, the good looking guy she's been dating. Oh, so since October. Okay, so this is fresh, y'all. So she didn't really let this marinate. I'm wondering if number one. Well, let me keep reading because she might tell me what I'm about to ask. He's not 6'6", nor is he a pilot. He loves Christmas. That's a plus. Almost as much as she does, and we laugh a lot together. Both of which are important elements to relationship. I will co-sign on that. Loves Christmas. My mom is huge on Christmas, and she married a guy at one point. Not anymore. My stepdad, her husband now is great, but she'd married somebody after my dad who was like really anti-Christmas and everything. And that's like one of my mom's favorite holidays. And it was miserable for her. And I'm telling you now, you really need to make sure your stuff aligns with your partner, especially if you decide to get married with them. And if you have like some non-negotiables, you better figure that out quick because it could really be a downer. Also, Zona, which I'm assuming is short for Arizona, absolutely loves him. I've been keeping this kind of close to me as we've been enjoying the last few months of dating and getting to know each other, as I've considered when and how I wanted to share this fun news and share him with the world. Just kidding. Not really sharing. I'm keeping him to myself. Okay, Mary, period. I knew I wanted to celebrate my birthday in a special way and let you celebrate this with me. I feel like I'm getting this year off to a great start and can't wait to share more with you as the years move forward. All right, so this is him, y'all. Amos. Oh, that's cute. If the dog likes him, that's a good sign. See, I think he is very handsome. He's one of those guys that looks really handsome with a hat on. I'm recognizing too now, both, I don't know if he can go ahead and cut that hair off, y'all. He does not need the hair. It's thinning, might as well let it go. He has a very handsome face. He clearly has a nice shaped head. He would probably be so handsome if he just went ahead and went bald. Like, just let it go because he has the beard, the nice eyes. I don't think he needs the hair. Look how handsome he looks with that hat on. That tells you he really does not need the hair. And look at his smile. He has a great smile. He's so handsome, you guys. So that is him. Y'all. Let's look at some comments. See what y'all are talking about. I think she's going to marry him because she doesn't strike me as the type to just post anybody. That could be, that could be it too. She doesn't really strike me as a type either. I don't think so either. Lexa gotta go. Thanks for stopping in, Lexa. Great to see you. I'll see you soon. Bet Cody's head is spinning. You know what, man? Because I think Cody kind of made all these women feel like they just like weren't lovable, like nobody would want them. That's really the vibe he was getting. Like he was doing them a favor by staying married to them. And I find it very interesting how quickly both these women were able to find somebody that seems very happy to be with them. Because for some reason, Cody thought he was the only star and the only person making money. Turns out, because this was a television show and now these women get their own checks and they've built up their own followings, that they're just as famous as you, if not more famous, and they have their own money. So they really don't need you. And honestly, if Janelle felt like dating, Janelle would have a man too. For now, we'll be on lookout for another live. Hopefully on. Yes, I won't just do the wedding though. I'll do a full cap, but I'll have a video for the wedding, and then I'll do a full season 18 recap where we're going to go over all the WTF moments. So I will definitely be doing that. Okay, so I wish more of the kids had confessional interviews. I do too. I just think the kids are so sick of their lives being monetized and they're not getting a check for it. Because I'm thinking when they recorded these specials and the shows that the kids maybe weren't getting paid. So I think that's why it's like, why am I doing this if I'm not getting paid? Who's the guy? She just says his name is Amos. I'm sure somebody on the YouTube streets that's a T channel has already started doing the deep dive on this man. I'm sure Meri and Amos are already anticipating that. They probably already planned for it. She probably already had him speak to her lawyer and PR team about it. I think they're kind of pros at this point where it's like, my life's public. So just FYI, when I tell you they're going to dig, they're going to dig. And I guarantee you, if Meri didn't meet him out and she hired like a matchmaker or did a matchmaking service, that she already has done that deep dive on her own. I wouldn't be shocked. At least I would advise that that's what she does. I agree, Kayla. I think this is long overdue. Okay, so Kate does say his name is, I thought he had a pretty biblical name. So I'm wondering if he has any fundamentalist connections or not. I'm sure somebody will snatch that out. Did you guys think it was kind of interesting too that David has that fundamentalist connection through his sisters, and how his sisters are apparently what people are saying is a very controversial polygamous sect that live in Mexico. If anybody has any videos connected to that sect, I'd love to see them, because I heard that they got some shenanigans and buffoonery going on. So it's just so crazy how, when you meet somebody in Utah, like the odds of them being connected to polygamy are a lot higher than them not being connected. Even if they don't want it for themselves, just having a connection. Yeah, I'm glad she's dating too, because it's like, could you imagine you guys being with a man for over a decade that didn't touch you, that barely spoke to you, and kept leading you on to believe that you were going to have some type of relationship, and you were doing this all in the name of your loyalty and commitment and religion? Like, I could not imagine. Yeah, listen, Mary's like not doing polygamy ever again. Crystal just joined. Did you discuss how he looks like Cody? Oh, I didn't. Well, you know what I said, Crystal? I said I feel like he's hanging on to his hair like Cody did, and I wish he'd let that hair go, because he's a very handsome guy. And you know what he does, man? Now that you say that, maybe because he doesn't have as much hair as Cody, I didn't really connect that their faces do kind of favor each other. But I thought before Cody went crazy that Cody was at least a handsome guy. He was never not a handsome guy. He just started looking real crazy lately. And he just wants to hold on to that hair for dear life. Okay, the punching the air comment about Cody is hilarious, because I always think that's what he's doing. I was just recently watching, you guys, the what was it? Not the talk back, the look back part 2. And where the wives were like, hey, we think it's going to be like a girl party once you're gone. And they say they usually have more fun together. And I was like, yeah, because they're not fighting over you. And then earlier on in that episode, he talks about how he felt like he was a victim because he couldn't leave. And then it also shows the clip of them being with their therapist in Sedona, and him saying, well, your relationships to these women cannot go through me. You need to have your own relationships with the other wives. To him fast forwarding and these women saying, yeah, we think it's going to be a girl party, and when you're gone, it'll probably be easier for us to get along. And then he's mad about that. And then also saying that nobody in the family is a victim. So that man doesn't know what he wants to say. He has no clue. Kate said she was so classy for not announcing her relationship until after all Christine's wedding celebration. I agree. I thought it was very classy. Number one, I thought it was classy, but also I think she did it too because she's like, let me have my own moment. Because if she would have announced it when Christine was having her wedding stuff out and about, like for the past, couple weeks, her having her wedding specials out, everybody would have been like, Meri, why are you doing this during Christine's wedding specials? And this would have been turned into something negative for her as opposed to something positive. So either she's smart enough to know that, or somebody advised her, more than likely Jen, because Jen knows what she's doing, to hold. If she would, honestly, guys, I feel like if Meri would have had Jen around for longer, like more involved, she would have making a lot better decisions for a longer period of time. Crystal, hey Crystal, I was so happy to see Meri has a new boyfriend. Yeah, I am so happy. Lord, I'm happy. Wendy, what's up, Wendy? Cody got to realize if it wasn't for Christine bringing it to him, it wouldn't be no show. Oh yeah, he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, which is crazy. There's Natalie. He looks like David. Now, Natalie, do you think he looks like David because he's bald and has a beard, or do you think like what features about him do you think look like David to you? I mean, I just think he's handsome. So I'm like, she didn't get no ugly, dude. So I'm proud of her. Go girl. IQ superposes face over Cody's and they can be like, yes, once upon a time Cody's. Oh, okay, that's what IQ did. Baby, when I tell you IQ has the time that I wish I had, I love it. She can do the deep IQ be doing the deep dive. They got the time for it. Kate, thank you for the super chat. Wait a minute. That's not enough. That's not enough. Thanks for the super chat, Katie. Meri was so classy waiting. Oh, you said that. Okay. I looked it up again. Yeah, she was incredibly classy. I agree. For waiting. Absolutely. Both David and Amos. I'm getting a call. Both David and Amos seem to let the smile reach their. That could be it. I do. I think they smile with their eyes. They smile with their eyes. That's exactly what it is. Meri should have taken Jen's offer in the grocery store. Baby, listen, I'm still like happy and obsessed with how Jen showed up in the talkbacks. Like when I tell you she showed up for Meri in that, like in a really phenomenal way, and just so supportive for Meri in that, and just calling out. And honestly, she showed up for the fans because I feel like Jen is really watching our videos because she was calling out all the stuff we've been talking about in these videos, how all the fans feel, especially the point that she made with Robin and Cody making that covenant between each other where they would not like hold each other hostage in the relationships. And I'm like, he was talking about his other marriages to her before they got married. So all the times where she said she didn't know what was going on, she didn't understand what's happening, when did this all occur, was she bamboozled? Sweetie, you knew that his relationships were going downhill before you got into this marriage, which is why you made that covenant with him. So you're not a victim. Stop. Has anyone asked Amos' opinion on wet bars? I'm going to tell you right now, though, a wet bar is necessary if you are somebody that entertains. It is really great for entertaining. So I feel Meri on that wet bar. Now give me the damn wet bar. I want it. Kathy would have seen no resemblance. Amos looks comfortable in his skin. Cody never. Well, yeah, if you've been faking your way through life for this many years, huh? And welcome, Kathy with the C. Yeah, I mean, Cody's been lying his whole life, so it's hard to be comfortable in that skin, right? Here we go. So sick of Cody bashing. Life goes on. People fall in love. They raise children together. Having so many kids spreads you thin. Meri was a diva. So was Christine. Good luck, all. What is this first one? Listen, I would say, I think my channel specifically is pretty non-biased. There hasn't been a sister wife in this group that I haven't called out for something or the other. Like there hasn't been one thing that I haven't one of them that I've just said this person is perfectly fantastic. There's been no issues. When Cody has said things that have made sense, I'll give you a perfect example of that. When Cody called out Meri for not just full on admitting that she had an emotional affair with the catfish and that she was embarrassed by that, which is why she's, just wants to focus on the fact that she's a victim of catfishing as opposed to also acknowledging that she had an emotional affair. Cody was spot on there. But unfortunately, Cody doesn't know how to quit He doesn't know how to take the win and move on. He wants to pile things on top of each other. So then he basically wipes out any good faith that or anything positive that people would say about him because he doesn't know when to quit. If the man knew how to just be quiet and just let things play out, he might get better feedback. But unfortunately, he has an issue with being a master manipulator, and that doesn't help at all either, right? It's like if you have narcissistic tendencies and you haven't checked that, you haven't recognized that that's a trait you have, you've done no work to fix or adjust that, and you can't completely fix it, but you can at least recognize you have an issue with being a narcissist, and then make adjustments as much as you can, right? If you at least do that, I mean, there's at least there's something you can do with him. Like you could maybe work with Cody. There's a lot of people in this world that are narcissists that have partners, but those people have recognized that they have an issue and they have put in some work to adjust that. Cody has put no work in. The man can't take accountability for even the simplest of things. It's like he'll say I married these women because I felt pressured, and then in the same sentence he'll say, well, but I love them, and I wanted this, and I was in love with them. It's like, well, which one is it? Which one is it? Oh, Fuzzy, it's a super sticker. Thank you, Fuzzy Edges for edges for this super sticker. Thank you so much. First one. But if you look back at previous episodes, that is Cody's personality has always been the same more. I won't disagree. I just think it wasn't at such an elevated level. I think at the early episodes, he was still trying to keep up the facade, right? Like he was still trying to pretend that he really loved these women, and he didn't. And he was just trying to keep the facade for the show, because if he would have really been his true full self at the beginning of the show would not exist. Nobody would want to watch it. Nobody wants to watch somebody have an affair with a woman and then abandon his 3 other wives and all their kids. Nobody wants to watch that. So he had to kind of pretend for a while, which is why we didn't really see it. But I think he just got to the breaking point where he's like, I can't pretend anymore. But he also still wanted to keep up the facade that his marriages would not suffer and break apart because of it. Because then he's so dependent on that show for income, makes you kind of keep the roost going, right? All of them stayed in those situations way too long. Like I said, there's nobody exempt from this. But there's only been one person, actually, and this isn't even Cody. There's only been one person on this show that has not taken 1 ounce of personal responsibility. And can you guess who that is? The one and only Robin. She's been the only person. Anytime she's taking responsibility or accountability for anything, notice she always says we. We could be anybody. But not once has she ever said, I personally impacted these relationships like this. She could not do it. She could not do it. So that's just something I noticed. But thank you for coming in here. First one, number one, feeling comfortable to have a difference of opinion, because I think you should be able to do that, and being respectful with that opinion and having just a dialogue about it. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'm all here for it. Kayla 54 in the chat, 22 likes. Thank you so much, Kayla, for calling that out. Love you, boo. Appreciate it. Yeah, hit the like button, because then it'll hit the algorithm, and the more people want to join, and then even people that are followers, they'll know we're live and they'll come jump in. I would have loved Cody up there with the Robin 2-week honeymoon. That honeymoon that to me is one thing. Also, the honeymoon, even if we just called out from the first couple episodes of season 1, the honeymoon, the 2-week honeymoon, and the wedding dress situation. Those are 2 instances where I believe Robin, at this point in time, if she were to look back and actually have a level of empathy, would look back and say, I should not have taken that long of a vacation. I already had a wedding that far exceeded what Christine and Janelle had. That was already pushing it. For me to decide that it was okay for me to take a 2-week vacation, no matter whether or not I felt I needed the time or not, was unacceptable. Number one, because he had a wife that had just given birth to a baby at home. And number two, none of these other women had this before they got married. You don't need more time with him. Now your kids might. Maybe if she would have brought her kids along and said she needed a 2-week vacation with her children because she wanted her children to have more time with him, I would have bought that. But it wasn't about the kids, it was about her. None of those other women had ever had that other than Meri, but Meri was the first wife. So Robin was trying to get things that are not afforded to fourth wives. She was trying to change the game of how polygamy works. And that's where the issue came in. The wedding dress, she's trying to backtrack on the wedding dress and said she did nothing wrong with the wedding dress. Robin, you did. You should never even went shopping with Cody for a dress. Why is Cody at all involved in the dress shopping? You could have nipped it in the butt as soon as he asked and said, Cody, I'm thank you for wanting to be involved with this. Unfortunately, not even unfortunately, but for me, this is something that I have decided to have connected with my sister. I have something special that we are going to share together to bond us. We're already getting a big wedding. It's already doing way more than what we should be doing for this to be a sacred religious ceremony, which is what they've all been saying. So with that being said, I do not need to cause any more separation in this family and keep it at that. But she can't take accountability for that either. So here we go. Hey, Shell, so happy for Meri. I think it was classy that Meri let Christine have her spotlight and air the wedding before she announced her new chef's kiss. Meri. Yes, I agree. We've all been really proud of Meri for that. Yeah, and thought that it was just really classy. Honestly, all of Meri's comments towards Christine have been incredibly classy, even though it's really hard to be classy when you have somebody kind of dragging you a bit, like basically saying, I don't want you at my wedding. I don't want to have a relationship with you. You were terrible to me. For Christine to believe that she was not also terrible to Meri, and for Meri to maybe not have a reason why maybe she wouldn't want a relationship with Christine, I really hope that Christine over the next couple of years will take a real long look at why she feels the way she does about Meri. What was the impact of polygamy on that dynamic? And I'm not saying that she's going to be her bestie, but to be so dismissive of her just feels very strange for being around somebody for over a couple decades. It's interesting to me. Hey, Lisa Rose, Robin should have supported him going to Isabel's surgery. That's another thing. And also, when you're talking about that, which is something I've called out about all the wives, and Janelle especially, because you're calling yourself Christine's bestie, when he started yelling at Christine and doing all that shenanigans and buffoonery on that patio when she was telling them all that she had sold the house and everything, and she's leaving and she doesn't really want a relationship with Robin or whatever, Janelle should have stepped up then. And when he started acting crazy and talking out the side of his mouth, she should have said, wait a minute, you don't get to talk to her like that. This is unacceptable. But she goes into the confessional days later and says that. But she won't, none of them will confront him to his face. And it's all because they're all trying to still have favor with this man who doesn't care about any of you guys other than Robin. So you're like, and notice Meri admitted that. She was like, I couldn't say anything because I was still trying to have a relationship with this man. See how he would hold you guys hostage. You're not telling him the truth about anything. As I said, Robin wasted their time with the wedding dress event. Christine had just that. Yeah, that wedding dress event is still a mess to me. Because Meri had the big wedding, but she had a 3-day road. And that's what I'm trying to say. It's like Meri also had the big wedding because Meri was his first wife. Meri was his legal first wife. And also, too, they were married for a few years. When they decided to bring in the second wife, if you're coming in as a second or a third wife, you know how that's supposed to work. If your focus is on the religion, and this being a religious covenant that you're making. If that's the case, you know this isn't about a wedding and a big wedding and all the pomp and circumstance. This is about me making this religious commitment to this man and this woman to join their family. That's what it's about, which is why Janelle kept it simple because that's what her focus was. It's also why Christine kept it simple. And Christine is a showboat. As we've seen her put together her own wedding now, the way she did her first wedding is probably not at all how she wanted that wedding to be. I mean, now we can blame part of what Robin's wedding on them being on TLC. Obviously, TLC is going to push for them to have a big ceremony and a big wedding. that's going to happen. But come on. Once they added that wedding dress layer on top of it, I was kind of done. Hi on YouTube. Christine said she feels like she should have invited Meri, but she made the decision not to because she didn't want to add drama to her day. I'll be honest with you guys. Do you guys really think Meri would have added drama? Because Meri has now been at multiple events that some of Christine's kids that have issues with her, and even Janelle's kids that might have issue with her. She's been at, like, I think it's just Maddie, really. Maddie, and I just don't think Meri gets along well with, like, women in her family. Because most of the guys outside of Peyton, who is seeking attention, get along with Meri just fine. But anywho, she it seems to me that Meri just minds her business. Like, she just goes, she's celebrating the person that she's going for. She'll sit on the other side of a bench if she needs to. She doesn't really care. She's just there, pay her respects, and then going home. So I don't know where the drama would have come on. The only drama I think that would have happened would have been connected to Mykelti, because Mykelti likes drama. Which is that's another thing we need to talk about. You guys know the post that Christine made. Let me bring that up again, because she turned the comments off and she changed the not the copy. What's the word I'm looking for, y'all? She changed the here on this one. She changed her copy here about what it said. Prior to when she made this, you guys, it had said that Mykelti always accepted David and she did it first. And I personally posted on there for my personal channel. I posted on that and said, like, Christine, why are you doing this? Like, this is why the issue of you playing favorites constantly is brought up, and it's stuff like this, and it feeds Mykelti. So I guess everybody was sending a lot of hate to Mykelti. I don't need to send hate to Mykelti. That Mykelti didn't make that post. Christine made that post, and then she went on Mykelti's Patreon because she said Mykelti was getting all this hate, and I'm just like, a lot of this comes back to you. It's a favoritism, but also I don't know why people are going out of their way to, like, message Mykelti hate. I don't understand that. I'm not gonna be going on Mykelti's pages or comment streams to just tell her how much I hate her. That's really odd behavior to me. But there are people on here that are just way too invested to the point where they just do a lot of ridiculousness. First one, but TLC wanted Robin to have the big wedding in the book. They all stated that Robin's and Cody's courtship was there before the show, and they had to postpone for a whole season. So yeah, that's what I was saying. First one, like, I think that the TLC, the network, had something as well to do with that big wedding, but there were some pieces in between there that I think Robin could have said, number one, no, I'm not doing that, or the pieces that she had made connected to the women, like, number one, looking for the flowers. The cake she brought everybody to. So Cody got to have the say in this cake. The wedding dress, 9 times out of 10, I'm sorry, but the husband is not part of that. So why Cody felt the need to be part of that is interesting to me. And knowing that was something that all the other wives really loved and called out about Robin, like, man, we really love that you did that, Robin. For her to just backtrack, it just erased all the good effort. It's just erased it. It's pointless. Shellheart, Robin was never willing to sacrifice for polygamy. She wasn't willing to sacrifice her time, the attention paid to her, finances. She needed to take less so everyone could experience equality. Yeah, I mean, I think in her brain, the idea of having, like, sister wives and being part of that community, so on and so forth, it might have been something that she was interested in and thought it would be cool and fun. Oh, I'm a sister wife. But I don't think she truly realized what she would have to personally give up in order for that to actually work. And I don't know if maybe they weren't also as honest with Robin about what she would have to give up for it to work. And even if they did, I think because Cody was so enamored, I'm sure he gaslit her a lot and said, no, it's okay, Robin, I can be over here. You're not doing anything wrong. I think he just kept constantly telling her she wasn't doing anything wrong, where she started to believe the lie herself. Because I think she full well knew, you should not be over here. But I just think he kept telling her, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'm working. I'm not with you. I think he just totally gaslit her to the point where she started lying to herself. Okay, Cody loved Meri. I don't care what he says. I just think when Robin came in, he didn't care for the other women anymore. Yeah, you know, they say like, and also too, as people, don't we really grow? Like my parents, when they got married, when they were like 19 and 21 or something, they were like babies when they got married. I remember my mom maybe barely turned 20, and my dad had just turned like 22. They were children. Fast forward 20 plus years of marriage. Could they maybe have made it work? Sure. If they would have got some therapy, it would have taken a lot of work, but I think they maybe could have worked. But they were different people. They still had some of the core um fundamental values when it came to like morality and those things. Those are still core, but just a lot of the stuff over the top that they didn't want to really fix or address basically caused that to end. And they also just became different people as adults. I think that happens for a lot of folks. Is you could be in love at 20 and the love you feel at 40 is not the same. The love I knew, you couldn't tell me I wasn't in love with my high school boyfriend. But if I were looking at it now, is it the same kind of love I feel for a grown man now? No, because I was 16. So I don't like either, Kayla, that he kind of like dismisses it as if he wasn't in love. I said, it's not that you weren't, it's just a different type. It's just a different type of love. Now I could question whether or not he was in love with Christine and even Janelle. So I think that was a lot to do with ego and lust and ego for him, for those two. But Meri, no. Oh my goodness. Meri is a strong personality. I don't think Meri has denied she has a strong personality either. Might have added drama if Meri was there. Yeah, I think it was just McKelty that would have been the one to create any level of drama. But at the same time, when are they going to address her and that behavior? Because why should McKelty dictate everything that's happening? Oh, is it because she, I guess, liked David first? Is that why everything revolves around her? Because she has all these grandkids? Is that why? Because Aspen seems a lot easier to deal with, and she's highly capable woman. As we said, she's usually the one that's in charge, but she's not groveling. She's not a groveler. Can we talk about how good too she looked in that leather brown suit when they were doing the rehearsal dinner? Aspen, I'm loving it. I'm also too, you guys noticing how tall Truly is. Look at this photo of look how tall Truly is, y'all. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Maybe. It won't let me expand it. But look how much taller she is now. She's like as tall as Christine now. I think she thinks, but she thinks she should be forgiven. That was a different life, and they're in a whole new place now. Yeah, I do. One like Mary's post about Amos. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. That I was like so excited about Meri with her new boo. Yeah, I think they brushed over Gwen, and I don't know, you guys. You'll have to tell me if they talk about that more in the actual wedding. I'm gonna watch that later tonight, but not seeing her, like, especially when they were doing the blue and the old and new section, I'm like, where the heck is Gwen at? Like, and I said that, and then maybe a couple days later, Christine made that post, this one right here, where she says now she's changed it and cut off the comments because that's not how it was before. But anywho, that's where she says, "Oh, McKelty, I'm just thankful she was the first to accept David." We're like, "Sweetie, you're with David for like 5 seconds before you were engaged, and you were married for 20 plus years. I would be shocked if the kids were not slightly concerned that you're moving a wee bit fast. I don't know why that would be a bad thing." And that was thinking so much if Meri was there. Imagine Robin crying on the you know, I really wish that I not that I wish. I mean, it has nothing to do with me, to be honest. It really does not like stop my life if Meri wasn't at that wedding. But I do think it would have been a step in the direction because Meri's response to Christine getting married has always been really positive, like about her being in a relationship. She's had nothing but positive things to say about that, about her getting married. It hasn't felt like any of her comments have been mean spirited or that she's being fake about her support for her. It's just been, it felt like Meri is just like, girl, I spent 10 years being isolated. I wouldn't want that for anybody else either. So the fact that you're having someone that's treating you the way you want to be treated, I'm here for that. I don't care if we've had issues before. That doesn't mean that I want you to be miserable because I don't want to be miserable. Tracy listening from work. Hey, Texas. I love it. Hey, Trey. Welcome, girl. Okay, Janelle threw some shade in the confessional about Christine and David sitting on the porch watching their. Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait to watch that, y'all. That's going to be hilarious. I think Christine made made the post because McKelty was getting hate. Then she edited it because it did make, and that was my point that I made when I posted it. I said, Christine, this is the issue. This is the issue. And honestly, McKelty, if you want to put yourself on this show, you want to be in multiple confessionals, you want to put your husband on this show that also doesn't know how to be quiet and wants to run his mouth, you want to have a Patreon where you're getting paid to talk about the show. Okay. You want to be on social media and bring up the fact that you're on the show, put your kids on the show. You have now officially made your life public beyond what your parents did. Once you turn 18 and moved out that house, you didn't have to make your life public anymore. Look at Leon. Okay. Look at what's the oldest one's name, y'all? Well, really Hunter. Hunter's hardly ever on there either. Maddie isn't on there anymore. Logan. Look at Logan. They are off minding their business because they don't want their lives to be public after they have left their families. If you didn't want your life to be public, get off TV. Get off TV. As I say, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Katie Ray, he said that there's some. Oh, yikes. Scary. Thanks, Shell. Can you imagine how many people would watch a Meri Brand wedding special? It would be a TLC rating bonanza. I would, y'all. Oh my God. And then, of course, Leon would be there. And I think Leon would actually do interviews for their mom. I feel like it because I feel like no one's asked the question, and maybe not even Christine or Janelle have asked the question how their comments about Leon's mom have impacted Leon. I mean, you're already the one kid that doesn't have any siblings through your mom, so you've already kind of been in a weird, isolated space, right? You came out on TV, then you came out as trans, and you've watched your family fall apart on television. You've watched your dad basically not only acknowledge that he's been icing your mom out for 10 years, but that now he never actually loved her either. You see your mom have a whole embarrassing catfish affair on TV. You know, I would love to see a book from Leon, but I felt like when Christine makes these comments about how she felt about Meri, I'm like, I know Leon went to the wedding and, I don't think Leon's holding on to animosity to that level, but I'm also thinking, do you think about what you say about Meri sometimes on TV and like maybe how that might impact Leon? I don't know. I'm curious. Curious if that ever happens. Hey, Buggus. Yeah, I would definitely watch that special. Thank you guys. Yes, hit the like button. It is absolutely free to hit the like button, but it does support me. So thank you for supporting me. And thank you guys. 78 people, you guys, thanks for joining me. I'm just coming here to chit chat with y'all because I love it and I missed it. These women accepted Robin and they knew what they were getting. First one, I'm starting to think that you might be related to Robin or Cody. Are you Cody's brother? Be honest. Be honest in the chat. I feel like you're Cody's brother. They knew what they were getting. Robin said in a couch confession that she learned from her first marriage how to tuck money away, and that's what she has done since then. Ooh. You think she got a nest egg? I know she does. Robin ain't stupid. That's one thing, especially when it comes to getting what she believes is owed to her. I said, cue the word believes. That brown leather was working. Yeah. Oh my God. Aspen looks so cute in that leather. And man, their hair, you know how hard it is to keep up long hair, especially down your back long hair. And all of them just have this beautiful, stunning hair. I know in some religions, like I know in like a lot of FLDS religions that they keep their hair long, but I'm wondering for Christine and her girls, is it just something that they decide to do to connect each other? Do they just like long hair? I'd be curious. I wonder if they made like a pact, like we're going to let it grow a certain length and then we're going to donate it together. I'd be curious to know if that's something that they're doing. Hey, Betty, I'm so lucky I got married at 18 and my husband was 20, 38 years later, still together, but we learned to let each other grow and change. Well, first off, congratulations, Betty. That's a long time to be with one person. And the fact that you guys have remained dedicated, gotten through those the hurdles of life, and potential pitfalls, man, congratulations to you. And cheers to 38 more. And man, you got married young. Woo! And you're still, come on, girl. I think you got a solid 40 left in you. People, my grandpa's 104. My grandpa's 104. People are living a long time now. Can you believe that? 104. That's crazy. I think they felt pressured and really didn't have a choice. And I think the ladies saw that Cody was going to bring her in, whether they approved or not. I think he was too. I think he was going to bring another wife regardless. I think Robin was probably the best fit of the ones that they met. They probably thought, okay, well, she might not be so boisterous because she has 3 kids and she'll maybe think we're doing her a favor. When in reality, she was plotting, y'all. She was plotting. All the girls are so beautiful. Yeah, and Savannah. Sorry, I moved my table. Savannah has such a perfectly unique look. Like I just love the little sprinkle of freckles on her face, and I love her curly, like full hair. I love that some of the kids have like this naturally curly hair. I love that. Mace, you're late, but you're here. Well, welcome. I've only been here. I still got 10 minutes, so I like to at least do a full hour. Oh, as you guys know, so I replaced my I love my big black rim glasses. I replaced them with these. So they're very similar to the other ones, but they're brand new. They don't have any little scratchies on them. They're nice and fresh. I ordered like new glasses. I don't know if I told the rest of you guys, but when you get to the end of the year and you have like money left from your like what is it, FSA money left over, and you're like, I gotta spend this money or I lose it, because they don't, for where I'm at, they don't, you can't just, you can transfer over HSA, but you can't transfer over FSA, right? So I was like, Anna, do you need 5 more pairs of glasses? No. But are you going to order 5 more pairs of glasses? Yes, you are. So I replaced a pair that I knew I needed a replacement for so I could get a nice fresh one because I wear these so much. And it's like similar shape, a little bit different, but very similar to what I had before. And then I ordered 4 other different ones. So I'm going to be wearing those in some videos. So you guys are going to have to call out an emoji when you see that in a video if I'm wearing a new pair of glasses that you haven't seen. Because I love my glasses. I think now that they are not with Cody, they can get in. I think so too. I really hope with time that Christine and Meri can at least be okay. I want them to be okay to the point where they can all get together and do that family reunion in Idaho that they wanted to do. That to me is the dream, that they can all get together for that. McKelty accepted David first to justify her quick marriage to Tony and say, I told you so to Christine for saying it was too soon. Yeah, and she likes to also be the favorite, right? And she knew that would make her the favorite if she did that. I have never been to Savannah, Georgia. I definitely want to go visit, though. My dad's been there. He loved it. He said it was beautiful and super green. And when I went to Atlanta, it was super green like that, too. And I actually loved Atlanta. So I think, like, Savannah's probably maybe a slight, just a little bit slower and maybe feels a little bit more southern. You have to let me know, Mace. But I definitely want to visit Savannah. I know it's pretty, but what's happening petty, but what's happening to Robin looks like she has aged terribly. Girl smiles. Oh, yeah, she has not aged well. But that's what stress will do. Stress will age you so quickly. And my dad used to tell me too, he's like, at a certain age, Anna, you can't be in the club either. Like, it's kind of like going out too much at a certain age, like being in the club too much. Like, the nightlife will age you too. Like, being up like that'll age you. Stress will age you. Did you guys hear, like, there was this NBA assistant coach that just died from a heart attack the other day while in a meeting for his job, and he was like 46 years old and he died from a heart attack. So, for myself, just having stress in jobs, I really take a step back and have to say, like, okay, pause, time out. I cannot let these jobs or circumstances in life stress me out to the point where I'm like losing sleep, not eating the foods I should be eating, taking the time to go to the gym, even if it's just to jump on the treadmill for a little bit, because I'm telling you, life will catch up with you quick. But I love seeing Hunter. He's such a, oh man, when I saw Hunter in the first part of the wedding, I was just like, oh my god, my fave. Like I I feel like a lot of us are like team Hunter because I feel like Hunter is so about his family and he like actively seeks out connecting with family, Meri, everybody. Like when he went to visit Flagstaff, he connected with Meri so they could go out to dinner. When Isabel was having the surgery, he made sure to get out there to be there for the surgery. He gets out to Maddie's house when they're coming there to North Carolina. I mean, he makes so much effort to connect to his family. And I know he has a girlfriend now. And man, I feel like he's going to be a bomb father. And he is super smart. He went to John Hopkins for nursing. Like he is super smart. So I love that. My favorite part of the wedding was truly giving hugs to Christine and David that brought a tear to my eye. You know what's so funny too is how Cody says that there's no way that he doesn't think Truly would ever call David stepdad. And I'm like, I don't know why you would think that. I was like, it's a lot different. Like I know for myself personally, it's a lot different if your parent gets married when you're like an adult, right? Like when if like you're in your 30s or late 20, mid 20s, late early 20s, whatever the case may be. Once you've hit basically out of the house and your parent gets remarried, if you already have like a father or a mother that's active in your life, the odds of you wanting to call that new their husband or their wife a parent is not likely. Like there's no way that I for my mom's husband, like it's a stepdad, sometimes I'm okay with calling him stepdad because it's easier in the conversation, but I don't feel a forcing to where I have to call him stepdad. If I feel like I want to call him stepdad, that's fine. But most of the time it's like that's my mom's husband. He has not raised me. We've never lived in the same home. We don't have that connection. But for Truly, she lives in the house with David, even before her mom got married, right? Because she revealed that in the first part of the tell all. So I would not be shocked if she wanted to refer to David as a stepdad because he's acting like a dad. First one, the only one who knows how to live polygamy is Janelle. She's calm, easy, doesn't give a shit what the others have, is good and with getting some through. I don't know if she is good with that because from what we've heard, her and Cody was doing the most. And maybe that's why she started pulling away as time went on because he wasn't handling business the same way. I do think, though, that she does know how to live polygamy because having his physical presence there isn't something that she wants to engage with or deal with. But also, what she doesn't realize is the responsibility of child rearing at that point then falls on your children, which is why Logan was somebody's daddy at 13 years old. Because Janelle didn't want to deal with having a husband full time. So there's good and bad that comes with that. It's no coincidence that Aspen and Logan have no children. And they're two of the oldest. If I had been a parent since I was 7, 8 years old, tucking in kids at that age, making breakfast and waking up my siblings every morning at that age, by the time I hit adulthood and got married on my own, I wouldn't want to have kids either. I've already been a parent. Actually, all these kids should just go ahead and call me mom and dad at this point. But that's just me. Just the parentification of those older kids always bothers me till this day. I will never get over that, the parentification of those older kids. Oh, I wonder what Leon would say about the whole situation. Leon said Leon is a they, so let's make sure I gotta respect Leon because I don't want somebody calling me something I wasn't, right? They was gonna live polygamy and did a quick 180 on that. I don't know if it was quick. It didn't really feel quick because there was quite a few seasons where it felt like Leon was still on the train of doing polygamy until Leon went away to college. And that's usually where a lot of people discover themselves on their own. They're not under their parents' gaze all the time. That's really where it felt like Leon discovered themselves, met Audrey. They became a team. That's when Leon came out for the first time. So they became a couple. And then it's kind of snowballed from there. But also, if you're witnessing what's happening, I mean, after a couple of seasons, it went from your dad and you guys all being in the same house and him seemingly still loving your mom and being around and being there with a family for you to all of a sudden your dad no longer even coming over your house. And then you're witnessing your dad have children with these other women and he's spending all his time there and never seeing you. And then you're seeing your dad like treat your mom completely different than he was before. That will really, and then also too, you're seeing how Christine's behavior is changing too with the addition of Robin. That will really make you change your tune on whether or not you really want to do polygamy. That's just my opinion though. Okay. What is this? What's happening? I'm praying for 38 more. I love him more than I did when I married him and hope Kristen and Meri will enjoy their love just as much. Oh, Betty, that's sweet. That made my day. That made my day, Betty. I love that. Next show I'm going to review. The next show, you guys, that I'm going to review will be Seeking Sister Wives. Seeking Sister Wives. Also, I think if there are some other shows, keep in mind, if I start reviewing another show, you guys, it can't be something that has so many seasons that I can't catch up to be able to speak intelligently about it. Does that make sense? So, I have been watching Seeking Sister Wives, so I can speak intelligently to it, and that is coming back. But if there's some other shows, it doesn't have to be on TLC, but if there's some other shows that I don't have to watch 17,000 seasons, and it's kind of, you know, staying within the in the realm of what we all seem to like to watch, and it can be on streaming too. Let me know. Put it in the comments once this is all over, so I can go back in my comments and see. And then eventually I'll do a poll too if I add something else. But I have to do Seeking Sister Wives because that's my show, and I'm obsessed. Janelle Christine will never accept Meri. She's too bold, and that rubs them the wrong way. I get it. I'm bold too. I'm not for everybody. It happens. I don't need to be. Stress, but also hate. We say down south, God don't like hate. Oh yeah, a lot of hatred in your heart absolutely will age you. Quickly age you. Trying to stop Cody from talking will. Okay, can we talk about that too? How did you guys feel about Robin constantly putting her hand over Cody's mouth, trying to stop Cody from talking, trying to shut Cody up? That was exhausting to me. And I actually, I'm like, stop. Let the man talk. Just let him say what he's going to say. Don't stop him. Just let him say what he's going to say. All right. All right, I'm gonna take a couple more, you guys, and then I'm gonna bounce. It's funny because growing up, we used stepdad as a bad thing. Like if we didn't like you, we called you stepdad. If we liked you, then we were dad. I called my father-in-law dad, but my mom's husband stepdad. Oh, you didn't like your mom's husband? Yeah, for me, yeah, for me, it doesn't have anything to do with liking or not liking somebody. And it also could be because I have an amazing dad, like my birth father that raised me. He's amazing, and for me, that name is reserved for him because that's the impact he's had on my life. For my mom's husband, I prefer to either say my mom's husband, and sometimes, depending on the circumstances, like if I'm talking about like his military service or I don't know, something like that, somebody will ask me something and I'll say, oh, well, it's my stepdad, or it's just faster for me. But I feel like he's been with my mom long enough to where I'm okay with saying stepdad because I think he cares about me and loves me. So it doesn't feel like a fake force, but I don't feel like I have to say it. It's because he's been around for long enough to where I feel okay with calling him that. So, but yeah, dad, no, that's only for my dad. Now I would say if I had like a husband and I felt really close to his dad, I would probably call him dad if I felt close to him. Because I wouldn't mind if my husband wanted to call my dad dad. Crystal, love your content. And thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Good night, Crystal. I think it was cute that Hunter told David he wasn't going to call him dad. It just shows how much he sees Christine as a mother. Why else would he even think to make that joke? Yeah, I think so too. And it's like it's sometimes it's good to let them know why you're not doing that because it's like I'm not trying to disrespect you, but I have a dad and I'm okay with what that is. And maybe either for me personally, I don't want to do that, but also like I just don't want to be disrespectful to my dad. And for me, calling some other guy dad that hasn't had not an ounce of responsibility in raising me, was not the guy that worked like holes in his shoes so I could have what I needed. I'm sorry, I'm not giving that person the same title as my dad. It's not happening. You're not getting that title, boo-boo. I'm sorry. Just like I haven't called anybody mom. Like if my dad got remarried, there has no, you did not, you have not been in my life or impacted my rearing as a woman in this world like my mom has. So I just can't do it. Great catching your live, Red. Awesome perspective as always. Much love. Thank you, Shell. Yeah, thanks, Kayla. Yeah, so yeah, thank you guys so much though for joining. Oh, good. I'm glad you're obsessed with that as well. Cody cutting down multiple trees that were perfectly healthy was symbolic, like when Meri cut down the one dead tree. I'll tell you, I feel like you guys, he was trying to show this fake alpha when he started cutting down all those damn trees. I'm like, what is this man doing? He's gonna try to say it's for fire, whatever he's gonna say, but it's crazy. Definitely love your platform. Great that you welcome a difference of opinion thing. Of course, first one, you're always welcome here. I still think though that you might be related to Cody. Hit me in the DM if you were. I think you still might. But actually, thank you so much for joining. I love that you joined. You guys, I am out of here. It has been so fun. You know, I love chatting with you all. I'm going to get to that second episode of the wedding. Finally, I'll get a break from Sister Wives. But then I'll keep you guys posted. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna do another live in another week where we can actually just do a full recap of all of season 18, all the talkbacks, all the look backs, the wedding, everything. We'll be able to talk about everybody's feelings about all of it. And I'll put a compilation together of all of my WTF moments. So we'll have some fun conversation things to talk about. But until next time, you guys have a happy Wednesday. Happy hump day to you all. I love you guys all. Thank you for being part of the Red Lipstick Club. Also, I have been uploading, if you are a member, second tier or above, I do upload my live reactions to the show. And that's been fun. My girl in green, she isn't on here. Scrapbooking's on here, but definitely check that out if you guys want to. I think it's like at a $5 tier or above, you get to actually see like my full live reactions. And I actually do like some extra tidbits in there. It's kind of fun. So either way, love you guys. See you next time. Bye.